Charging an EV anywhere from the sun? Wait till you see this. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from Gosun is founder and CEO Patrick Sherwin. Great seeing you again, Patrick.
Awesome to be here, Fred. Thanks for having me.
Well, you have been harnessing the power of the sun for all kinds of things, from cooking to boating, and now EV car charging. Tell us about this.
I've been on a long odyssey to power our lives with the sun. It's nearly 25 years in the industry, and mobility is one of those tough to hit targets. We know that the automotive or just the transportation sector in general is 25 to 30% of global carbon emissions, and that's a tough nut to crack. And I used to think that putting solar on an automotive on a car wasn't possible, that there wasn't enough energy density. Well, we ran the numbers a couple of years ago, and then started watching closely these trends with flexible solar panels, um, where they're getting efficiencies that are over 20%. So basically, the highest efficiency, and the module is still flexible. And what we've done after a bunch of different iterations and prototypes and design is we've taken a 4 by 4 foot box, which is kind of like a rooftop carrier, like you might find from Thule or Yakima. You mount that on your roof rack. On top of the box is a 200-watt stationary panel. Then within it is basically 1,000 watts of folding solar panels. So when you park the car, you unfold the panels across the body of the vehicle. And then again, the possibilities of meeting your energy needs are really vast. It's not going to meet all of your energy needs all of the time if you own an electric car, but 20 miles a day is totally achievable here, especially during this time of year in the summer.
That's interesting. So it unfolds and lays on the hood and down the back of the vehicle.
Yeah, we had a number of different schemes over the last year where we started to get very serious about this idea, and it just was too cost prohibitive, or too complex to do the array in another way. We've developed ways to put this on the body of the vehicle without causing damage, and keeping it strapped to the vehicle through a wide variety of weather, overnight, day in, day out. Like if you parked at the airport and your car was 20% charged, go on a 5-day trip, you might come back and it's 80% charged. And you're not worrying about it during that time period. It's theft protected, it's held down onto the body. And then we've got these little rubberized pads to help prevent scratching onto the paint.
What were the biggest challenges here? Obviously, I mean, the power delivery is a tough one, and it seems like you're delivering what's possible at the moment for customers, right? That's what you have to look at. You're not going to fully charge a vehicle except over a matter of days, like you said, but you are giving people who are maybe parked at the beach or something that, you're giving them something, certainly.
Yeah, I mean, I think 10% battery charged a day generally meets the average driving needs. Every day is different, but electric vehicle owners drive on average around 19 miles a day. During the 6 months of the year where we have a lot more sun, this will meet their needs to some extent. Maybe not every day, but the biggest challenge has largely been in the electronic side. We know, again, the flexible solar advent has really allowed for this to be possible. And then what we're doing is capturing that and we have to basically create household electric, level 1 AC power, because electric car manufacturers aren't letting us go directly to the vehicle's battery with the DC power from the sun. So we've got a small, what we're calling like a buffer battery, to accept the sunshine, and then we're inverting that and meeting electric vehicle charging protocol, and just plugging straight into the exterior carport. And those, again, luckily electronics have advanced so much in the last several years, last decade, that that's also now feasible and cost effective. So those are kind of the combination of the flexible solar mixed with amazing power electronics and lithium iron phosphate energy storage has really what has been what's enabled this to be possible.
And you provide the actual connector to go into the car, from what I
Yeah,
understand.
and that's another great advancement is that's now universal in North America. That NACS standard, that sort of the Tesla charging connector kind of won the battle, and now as of 2024, that's the new North American standard, and vehicles are all going to be built with that. And of course, it's not too hard to adapt from that to whatever an older vehicle may have.
Are there other ports on this? Hey, can the power be used other than into an EV?
Yeah, because you've got 110-volt AC power, you've got battery storage. So it's not going to be hard for us to provide 12-volt USB ports, and again, a small amount of household power.
Interesting. So you're taking reservations now. Tell us how this works.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the new model where, it's a prototype, it's a proven idea, but we aren't in production. So we wanted to capture the realities of, you know, if you want one of these, get in line. Similar to how, Tesla operates a lot of their new vehicle launches, like the Cybertruck, for example. And uh, it helps us. It's a little bit like crowdfunding. It helps Gosun to recognize that there is a large demand for the product so that we can really invest in its proper engineering, development, testing, regulatory, shipping, logistics, all the big things that we have to do that's going to cost, $1 million. And we've got enough interest to justify spending that money.
Could your technology here be used beyond putting panels on the car? I don't know if you're messing around with that at all, but people have solar panels um, to go
Yeah,
direct to the
definitely.
car.
I was just talking to a friend who's working on a project. Don't remember the island off New York where they're trying to build a eco innovation center. And while they're constructing the building, they're not going to have enough power out on the island. They want to do it in the cleanest and greenest way, so they don't want to just have a bunch of diesel generators. So this is a sweet way to bring a lot of power somewhere for a temporary period of time. It's the highest, power to weight ratio or power to size ratio ever found in solar. Just a 4 by 4 foot box that's very durable. You ship it anywhere. It's only 5 inches thick. And then when you unfold it, it's 17 feet long and it's 5 times the previous size and power. So we're finding a lot of different applications and things are coming out through the woodwork. And of course, this applies very well for additional mobile applications like the camping world, like van life or, job site vehicles, trailers and trucks where you're charging a lot of electric power tools.
Really exciting. So, what is the pricing going to come in at? And tell us about the process here with the reservations.
Yeah, the deposit is just $100 currently, and that'll reserve your position. The EV solar charger we're projecting a retail price of 22,999. Uh, so the remaining balance will be applied, when we get closer to shipping and confirming all your details. We're also seeking to produce another version without all of the electronics with a kind of a separate power bank. And so there's more coming on that, kind of more for those applications that we just discussed, not specifically electric vehicle charging. Um, but yeah, everything right now can be seen at gosun.co/EV to learn more about this unique new development.
Well, really exciting. Congratulations again on, I would call it fearless innovation. I really would, because you're willing to get out there and do stuff and turn things into reality. You've got the solar boat, you've got a camper, you've got all kinds of technology.
I appreciate it. And yes, it does take some courage, but for us, it's like it's common sense innovation too. I mean, what future are we dreaming here? And a solar powered one seems to be the most obvious. And I'm surprised there's not more people doing this alongside us. But yeah, GoSun's definitely been willing to stick their neck out there and try something new. And I think we're ushering in a brighter future. And I think it all generally works. I mean, it might be a little different than the status quo, but it's actually quite convenient. And on the long run, it's sort of better and easier than the old way of doing things.
Terrific. The site again is gosun.co, and it's slash EV for the EV
Okay.
charging. Patrick Sherwin, thank you so much for taking time with it.
Thank you, Fred. It's a pleasure.